Hi, this is Christine of Spring Creek Bathworks, and I just want to talk to you for a minute about a failed batch of soap that I had that I threw away, or I'm throwing away the last of the soap that was a problem, and I never did sell the soap. I made 3 bars of this. The purpose of the batch was 2 things. The first one was I made a whole bunch of cold process embeds, which were little shaped Lego people or Lego type people, and pumpkins and pirates, and I wanted them cold process because I live in very humid Houston and I don't want to have to deal with melt and pour embeds that sweat like crazy and cause a problem on the soap. So I did cold process embeds for the most of the batch. The problem with that was I used a fragrance oil that is known to rice, and the fragrance has only been out for a year, and I bought it in its first year when there was no information out that it riced. And the first couple of batches I made, I was able to keep it under control, and it turned out all right. This batch that I made, though, never set up. It was like an oil slick mess. I have some photographs. If I can figure out how to edit it, I'll edit them in to show you. But it stayed in a pool of mess. It never turned into soap, and I threw it away. Now, I did take out 1 pound, or almost a pound, well, 12 ounces of batch, and I used them in these individual cavity molds because I received a free sample of a fragrance oil, and I wanted to use all of it in the soap and see what it smelled like. I've heard good things about this fragrance, and I wanted to see what it really smelled like in the end, because out of the bottle I didn't like the smell. So this soap, it did set up into a bar, but I'm going to show you, I hope you can see. This is 9 weeks old, and it's very denty. So I hope you can see this. I'm going to just push on it with my fingers. So I am pushing on it, and you can see the dents. All right, I have never had a soap come out like this before. And the other strange thing was it has a texture. I'm not sure if you can see. It's like grainy, kind of. So yesterday, when I was going through all my soaps and getting ready to list more on Etsy and getting some ready to sell at a market, I thought, why not use this myself? It's just a little soft. So I took the bar into the shower, and the first thing that happened was when I used this side, it got really scratchy. This batch, this is my normal recipe. It's a 10% superfat, which I changed my superfats around from 10, 12, or 14%. Which I know is higher than most, but I've never had a problem with that, with it getting dreaded orange spots or anything. But this did have sea salt added to the lye water in an attempt to make it a harder bar, because I was making the little embeds in silicone ice cube tray molds. I wanted help with popping them out and keeping them perfect. So anyway, this did have salt, so when this side wore down, it got all scratchy like sandpaper, and I thought, what's going on? So in the second use in the shower today, all of a sudden it broke, and it's brittle, and so I'm going to break this, and let's see. This is not a normal texture soap. Did you see? Well, let me break it again. This is the dent right here. I'll just dent it some more. And this is not a normal amount of soap. I mean this is not a texture that's normal, and also to be able to just break it like this. Now, in trying to troubleshoot what was going on with this batch, I looked over the recipe, everything in the recipe today. I used a brand new bottle of Rudo lye, but this was a week in August when I started having problems with my scale. And I went to make something, and I was pouring and pouring and pouring, and the number wasn't, I don't know if that was a fly or a bee. Anyway, the number wasn't changing, and it should have been going up to 1 ounce, over an ounce, and it was like quarter ounce, half ounce, or whatever. Even that one I was trying to measure out 16 ounces for a lotion bar. So I figured I don't use grams for lotion bar, so I was like, why isn't this going? And I weighed, I had a brand new pound of beeswax, and actually I had 2 pounds of beeswax. And so I poured it, and I poured half of the container, and it registered 8 ounces. And I was like, something's wrong here. So then I changed the batteries on my scale, which was less than a year old, and it did it again. And so to make a long story short, my scale malfunctioned. I put 3 sets of batteries, the scale wasn't working, and the other thing I discovered in my little test was if I took I took out my other scale, and that's for the kitchen, and I measured 4 ounces, and I would put it around on the scale in different spots, and it would say 2 ounces, 2.5, 4, 3. In the center it was registering under 4 ounces, not even close. So I knew something was wrong. So the scale was covered by warranty, and I had the scale replaced. But in the meantime, I feel there was either a scale malfunction with the measuring of something in this batch, or you know, maybe it didn't have enough lye or something, or the oils were measured wrong. But I feel that it was a scale problem. And the way that I measure my oils, I put all the oils in front of me that need to be measured. I measure it out, and then when I'm done, I take that jug and I put it on the other counter behind me. So that way I know that I did pour that one, and I put it over there, because I use 7 different things. And some of my jugs are the same exact jug for the different types. So if, you know, if I try to rush or something, I might mix it up. So anyway, this is a failed batch of soap that is going in the garbage, that I never sold this, and I can't really even use this myself. I did use it twice, but it broke apart on me in the second use in the shower. So I'm just going to throw it out. And I just wanted to show you what it's like, what this odd failed batch of soap was like for me. Have a nice day.